God, this was just so unserious. Okay. Hey besties, welcome back to my channel. I'm joined with a special guest, Kiki, and we're gonna be doing a bookish question tag, and we're just gonna have fun today. And we got a little drink, little olipop.
Not sponsored. I don't.
Oh, got our drink, and we're just gonna get into it.
That was pretty kind.
That was so in unison.
I don't want to overfill. I don't want to. Okay.
Okay. And cheers.
Cheers. Yeah, let's get into
Our
it.
first
Okay.
video. Pure foam. Okay.
I feel like I just had a beer. Host can go first.
Oh, okay. Okay. Question 1. What are you currently reading?
What am I currently reading? Oh, A Court of Flames. I don't know why that slipped my mind.
Yeah, I'm also reading the same thing. So.
How do you feel about that so far? On a scale of 1 to 5. 1 being, this is the worst. A quart of roses. A quart of roses.
A quart of whatever the heck.
Roses. 5 being, this is the best book I have ever read. It has,
definitely not a 5. I would say we're sitting at a 3 or a 4. I would say like a 4.
3.
Like it's not. It's good.
It's good.
I just don't like. I'm just not a big fan of all the spice, honestly. So.
It is a lot. Every other.
What's your rating? Now you got me nervous.
My rating? Okay, for reference, I'm only 50% through. Yours.
Like 70, 75%.
Okay. If I had to rate it right now, I'm gonna give it. I don't know. Low key, maybe a.
Don't. We must say a 2. Oh, I was like, damn.
I don't know. I was gonna say low key, maybe like a 3.5 to a 4. I feel like if the back half is really good with the plot, besides the you know, the other plot that people eat up in this book,
right,
it can really carry the story.
Yeah. I think now that I'm over halfway through the book, I definitely think the last part of the book is better. Because the first part was just tension and then smut scenes and then maybe some lore, but now it's like heavy lore and we actually get a character break from Nesta. So
right.
I think it's a lot better.
Which I feel like is literally every single
Sarah J. Maas book.
Not that we've read a lot, we've only read this one series.
Exactly. But I feel like everyone says that about the Throne of Glass series too. It's just like the last 150
Everything
pages.
is like the 150 pages that everything goes down.
I literally have like 180 pages left, so that makes sense. Anyways.
Sorry, next question. Who is your favorite book character?
Carden.
That's my book husband.
Right.
I feel like that needs to be a second part B to this question. Like,
who's your main male character? Your favorite?
You think Carden?
My favorite main male character?
Yeah, let's do that one first because that's more fun. I mean, if you had to marry any of these fictional men.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of fantasy. Mm-hmm. Romance? Okay, wait. Wait, now that I think about it, I'm thinking about all the books I read. Mm-hmm. Okay, cowboy romance? Rhett Eaton? That man's fine. I don't care what anyone says.
I haven't gotten to that yet, so I can't.
You probably, it's a lot. Him, fine. But romance-wise, I think, you haven't read it yet, but Just for the Summer, Justin, I think his name's Justin, but he is just like the epitome of just like a caring, nurturing husband.
I love that.
And once you read it, you're gonna love him.
I love that.
And like the same vibe with, because I'm reading Part of Your World too.
I almost got that today at the store.
Yeah, Daniel, in the first book, he also, because he's like kind of a ranch boy too, he's giving cowboy romance, but not really heavy on that, but he also gives like that nurturing. So like, they're very similar main male characters, but them, aside from fantasy, I would say Reese, but I feel like A Court of Silver Flame paints him so bad.
It does. It makes him look so bad.
But I feel like Cassian, like...
Loki, I think... Yeah, I think I would marry Cassian.
Mm-hmm.
He seems good. Who else would I marry? Sorry.
Your husband?
My husband?
Emily Wilde? Did you forget about your
Mr. Wendell?
Hello?
I love that man. He's so
Your
funny.
new obsession?
He's funny. He's a very clean man. He has good taste. He cares about aesthetics. I love him. He's great. And then he goes crazy and he'll protect Emily. He's great. I love him. That wasn't really the original question, but
okay.
We could do like another favorite.
Who's my favorite book character? Jude?
Yeah, I think Jude.
Because she's just a strong protagonist. She's
strong. She does what she wants to do. She said, I'm here for only one thing, and that's the betterment of myself.
Hey, and I'm going to change the plot.
Everyone else can just deal with it.
Exactly.
I think she's a great character.
I love her. What's your favorite genre?
Okay, fantasy, but I low-key think that not romantasy. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like there's a difference between...
I'm not saying anything.
No. Your face is saying everything. No, look, okay, there's a difference between, like, fourth wing romantasy and, like, a court of... Why am I messing up the name?
A Court of Thorns and Roses.
Thorns and Roses. I keep wanting to say Court of Roses. Avatar and, like, fourth wing romantasy, like, those are different. Like, those are... I don't think that's my favorite genre. But, like, fantasy with the romance subplot is my favorite genre.
I would say the same.
Like, One Dark Window, Emily Wilde, The Cruel Prince, like, that is my favorite.
Mortal Instruments.
Yeah. That's like, what I love to read.
I would say, honestly, the same. Because I think, honestly, reading so much fantasy or romantasy, whatever, that we have now, and then switching back to, like, a contemporary romance, we're like, and what else?
I want to be a contemporary romance girl so bad. I really, every time I'm looking at my bookshelf that has all the romance, and I'm like, I need to read these.
One day. I don't know. I would say I'm a big romance thriller. I do love my murder mystery.
You do a lot of murder and thriller. I think
but
that's
just
like
on
your
audio,
second,
though.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Because I also feel the same. I feel like thriller and mystery do really, really well in audiobooks.
Oh, yeah.
But for some reason, when I try to pick up a physical, I
get bored. Why isn't anyone dead yet? But
I think the narrators do a really good job and, like, really sell you on the audio. But I think that's my favorite genre. Yeah.
Fantasy.
Very specific, like, fantasy.
Fantasy romance subplot.
Romance subplot. We need, like, something more going on to the fantasy than just, you know.
Raw dogging it out.
No, I'm literally hooking up and raw dogging it.
Literally. No, I agree.
Why do you love reading?
Escapism.
Hey, that's my answer.
That's it.
Escapism,
It's just fun.
It is fun. You know, the intellectual answer would be, I love to learn about diverse things, different point of views, but really it's just...
But that's a lie.
Low-key, it's just escape.
It's really just escaping reality.
Low-key, that's fun, but I just don't want to be in the real world.
I just don't want to do taxes.
I don't want to.
What's your favorite book series?
I think that's a tie. If you had asked me...
Before Emily.
Before Emily Wilde, it would have been such a quick The Cruel Prince. Immediate, because I think that is my current favorite. Like, obviously, I love the Mortal Instruments. I love the Clockwork Angel trilogy. I love those. But The Cruel Prince has such a grip on me that would be my favorite. But now Emily Wilde's...
She's creeping in.
I don't know what it is.
Just a comfort series?
Literally. Like, those two I think are my top favorite. I think, yeah.
Yeah, I would probably say Cruel Prince, just because, to me, I think that was the first time I almost rated an entire series 5 stars. Like, first book, banger, 5 star. Second book, 5 star. The third one was 4, I think maybe 4 or 4.5 for me, just because it was just the resolution of the book.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot going on really in it.
Exactly, but I think I just really, really loved, because reading Cruel Prince made me realize that I am a fantasy reader first, and then the subplot be romance.
Yeah.
Like, that's my favorite story setup, and then just the characters are so believable, and the whole world building is just, it was perfect. It was just perfect fairy book, perfect fantasy for me, so I would probably say that. Before Cruel Prince, I would probably say the Shatter Me series. which is just giving like it's giving like Hunger Games, like Hunger Games, the Divergent series, like dystopian. Yeah. I was obsessed with that series since high school, and then probably before that just Mortal Instruments. But I know you.
Yeah, I think it's the same for me with The Cruel Prince and Emily Wilds, is that they have romance as a subplot, and then they have such diverse, like, deep characters. And for me, if characters are deep, that's literally all I need for a book to be really, really good. Like,
I don't care where we at.
Yeah, it's fine. Like, that's the best, and they feel real. It feels like real people, like a real story, even though it's in a fantasy setting. And I don't know, something comforting there.
I need to read those books.
I'm sorry. I don't know what it is.
Just hearing you fangirl over them. I need to. Favorite book cover?
Favorite book cover? What is your favorite book cover?
Honestly,
hold on. Looking. That book is very pretty.
Can y'all see?
No, I don't think
I recently got this book, A Study in Drowning. This is just the most beautiful book ever, and just the sprayed edges being like a little library.
Yeah, I think that book is really pretty. I think Air is really pretty. I know your Air copy has that.
Oh, we're not gonna talk about her.
I think Air is really pretty. Sorry, I just stole your book.
That's okay.
And I think the inside is really pretty.
That's really I didn't even show the inside. Look at that.
Oh, that's really pretty too.
I don't know. I don't really have a favorite book cover.
I think this one's good.
What's The Cruel Prince is cute.
Cruel Prince is cute. I think it fits the vibe. A lot of books now copy that font.
Oh?
I'm gonna be honest.
We saw that in the bookstore today.
I'm gonna break my wrist trying to put that way.
I'll just break mine instead.
Yeah, a lot of books are copying that font. Another book I think is really pretty, When the Moon Hatched, I think is really pretty.
That is a pretty book.
I think that's a really pretty book.
Also the Fate Inked in... What is it? The Fate Inked in Blood?
Oh, with Fate Inked with the lady,
woman
with
in
the blonde
it?
lady. That one's really pretty.
I can't think of anything really.
What are books that I think that are really pretty? I can't think of anything else that really comes to mind right now.
Not really. The new ACOTAR, the Night Court edition. Sorry.
No,
next question.
That's a very pretty book. Yeah, I love this an all black matte book of the same exact cover. Super special.
Sarah J. Maas fans are like.
Okay. If you had to save one character
from a burning
building, which one would you pick?
Out of all of the characters?
Out of all of the characters. Who's one that you're for sure, like... In this hypothetical situation, if you don't save this person, they're erased
Everyone's dying.
They're erased from the fictional world everywhere. Who are you saving?
It's so hard because a lot of the main male characters now are just so copy-paste. They're like, tall, dark, and handsome. You touch her, you die. Like, I literally could say, like, any main male character. Because, like, Reese, Cassian, like, they're all the same.
You got one.
Carden's the same.
Carden is different.
I know, he built different.
You cannot compare Carden.
I don't think I would save Carden, though. Okay, wait, hold on. Wait, let me take that back. Hold on.
I'm just kidding. I'm being dramatic.
I'm thinking about, like, the Shatter Me series and Warner. You haven't read it.
I haven't read it, so I can't really...
this, he is blonde.
It's okay, Wendell's blonde. Wendell's the blonde love of my life.
I was like, who's Wendell? Because Warner was kind of like my first, besides Jace from the Mortal Instruments. But
oh my god, yeah, I forgot.
That man was fine. But why was I in middle school and Giddy? I'm mentally ill. Anyways, Warner or Carden. But this video cannot just be talking about how great Carden is, so I would probably go with Warner from the Shatter Me series.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull up a picture. Not that it matters, but...
If I had to say... Let me... Hold on, it gives me time to think.
Would it not be Wendell?
Oh, he looks like freaking Jace. That's like what I imagine.
Literally Jace, yeah, I would say. Yeah, he's touch her, you die. He's the villain that you, like, aren't supposed to fall in love with, but you do.
See, no, I'm gonna like him. I already
know.
No, whenever I read the series, I know I'll like him. Mm-hmm. Okay, if I had to save one from a burning building... that isn't my fictional husband. Loki the Nightmare. I would say the Nightmare.
Oh.
Nightmare from One Dark Window. I would save him from a burning building. He's slayed.
Okay.
What?
No, I haven't read Two Twisted Crowns yet, so I don't know, like...
No, I'm just saying the Nightmare. Save him from a burning building.
I get it,
You don't know
though.
anything about him. He's just...
Exactly.
You don't know. That's not a spoiler.
I was like, I don't know if there's anything in the second book that I'm missing. Probably a lot.
No. I mean, the second book just, like, wraps up a lot of the questions of the first book. It's good. It's really good. But, no, that's not a spoiler. It doesn't really say anything.
He's just so funny.
I would save him. He's great. I think, honestly, he would be, like, my best friend. He's, like... he's very witty. He's
so,
funny.
bye, Jude. Bye, Nesta, Elaine.
I'm trying to be
Farrah.
diverse. I'm trying to...
Bye, Amryn, finally. I'm kidding. I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay, part of this question. Who is someone you would easily let burn in a building fire? And it can't be a villain. It has to be, like, a non-villain, because that's too easy.
Okay. More from More. Gosh, she's so...
I don't know. Something about Moore gives mean girl energy. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's my own personal...
That woman.
My own personal trauma.
What are your tips for someone trying to get out of a reading slump? I'm asking for a friend.
Tips for getting out of a reading slump? I would say read something that doesn't require a lot of thinking. I think that. Normally when I'm in a reading slump, I go for something that's, like, short, like 350 pages, and does not have, like, if it's fantasy, doesn't have a ton of politics going on, anything like that. Just something to, like, get into it. Like, I would say Fourth Wing. That's probably why Fourth Wing is what, like, got me back into reading. I was
like, she's not 350 pages.
No, but something like that it's, like, yes, there's stuff going on in the fantasy world, and there's some sort of politics, but it's just very easy to digest. And a quick plot. Something
I agree. I feel like a good audiobook that's like that.
A good audiobook is like that.
I honestly just, like, whatever you feel like reading.
And don't think, just basically don't think too hard about whatever you're reading.
like, when I'm in a slump, it's not like, I need to pick up Tower of Dawn. Like, no, girl, we're gonna read this cowboy romance that does not matter.
We're picking up something that's real easy, real light, something that you're not thinking too hard when you pick it up. It's not even a hard decision to make. You just literally pick it off the shelf. That's what because I feel like that's part of the reading slump issue is that you get so focused on...
Oh, I need to read
this
series.
And I need to read that, and it's like, oh my gosh, and I need to do my reading goal, and you put so much pressure on yourself, and then it just makes it an overwhelming task when reading is literally just supposed to be...
Hey, why is it not fun anymore?
It's literally just something that's supposed to make me happy.
Why am I stressed because I didn't meet my TBR for January? Ooh, I'm gonna change the question, but what is your favorite book from last year? What did I read? Let me pull up my Goodreads.
That's hard for me because I had, like, I think low-key Emily Wilds. I know I'm not shutting up.
That's crazy.
I think that one or Blood Over Brighthaven. I think we're really, really good.
The arc.
Yeah. That's coming in the mail finally. Thank God.
Yay!
God. That one's really good.
Not Prince.
I don't. They're like literally neck and neck. I love them both so much equally. That's really hard. But Emily Wilde, like, she was literally the water, and I was stuck in a desert.
So refreshing.
She was like something so different. She's exactly what I needed. Like that's how I feel about her. And Crow Prince was like that too, don't get me wrong. Like, it was so good, so refreshing for the books I had read up to that point.
The thing is, like, when I look at, like, my top reads for 2024...
What's the top reads? Read it for the people who were watching.
Okay. My top reads would be, like, One Dark Window... Honestly, like, probably my 5-star. So, like, One Dark Window, the Cruel Prince series, but I can't... something's not pulling me to that. I think, honestly, like...
You really like Just for the Summer.
I really did like Just for the Summer. And I did rate that 4 stars. I should have rated it 5, honestly. Which, hey, I think I'm gonna just change it. It was just so good.
No rules.
I think I just had so much fun with it because it was just so lighthearted. And the same thing with Part of Your World. Like, all of the Abby Jimenez books, they're just so lighthearted and fun, and then you just fall in love with the characters because they're so quirky. But I would say top fantasy read would probably be Cruel Prince and One Dark Window, because those were the best that I've read. And maybe, like, top romance would probably be, like, probably Just for the Summer.
That's fair. I think my top romance would have to be Happy Place.
Yeah, I could. Yeah.
I don't know why I gave her a 4.5.
It gives the same vibes as Just for the Summer.
Yeah, I really did give her an injustice saying, like, she's a 4.5. There's nothing I hated about that book at all.
I just can't rate it a 5.
What book are you most excited about this year or to, like, read this year?
Well, we do have The Throne of Glass starting this year.
That's scaring me. But yeah, I'm excited to read that.
Yeah. I would say that's probably... Because I was saying since last year we have to read that. That's going to be our first read for January. We're reading one of the books each month, and then we're going to read whatever we want the rest. I would say that's probably my most anticipated read.
Yeah.
And then I am going to be reading this entire set, the Harry Potter set. I will be reading that in the fall, and I'll be buddy reading that with our other friend. I would say those are my top 2 most anticipated reads for 2025, but I do want to reread the Shattered Me series.
Okay.
Do I think I'm just hesitant on rereading it because I've read it so long ago, but I think that those top 3 would be my most anticipated.
Okay. I get that because that's me with, like, rereading the Mortal Instruments.
Yeah.
I'm so afraid of rereading those books.
And then the rating is so low.
Well, because I read them, like, freshman year of high school.
While we're
developing. I was
developing.
my brain was still developing. Like, I'm really afraid of reading those. No, I agree. I think Throne of Glass is, like, one of the most anticipated series for me this year. I think another one is, I would say probably Dance of Thieves, just because I'm really excited to...
Oh, wait, I didn't even say A Study in Drowning. I'm also very excited to read that for no reason.
I don't know why I'm also... I think it's you making me excited to read that. I don't even own the book.
I was like, I'll just give it to you after. I did not expect Dance of Thieves.
No, because I've had it for... Well, you got it for me last year, and everyone does talk about Dance of Thieves. And they say that Dance of Thieves so heavily inspires books like Powerless. Like, they feel like they're... I don't want to say copy-paste. I want to say...
Or inspired by.
Right. You know? So I am excited because it sounds like it's going to be, like, a really good enemies to lovers story.
It's a duology, right?
Yeah, and it's just a duology, thank God.
Not another series! Hey, Sarah J. Maas, stop writing so long series.
I need her to, like, stop at book 5 or 4. Just a trilogy? Hey, a trilogy.
Hey! That used to be so popular when I was in middle school. Why is that
Why
taboo?
is everything at least 8 books now? Why?
Why do I have to suffer?
I would say also Rachel Gillig's new book, The Knight and the Moth.
Okay.
The Moth and the Knight, whichever order.
That
one, her new book, just because I loved One Dark Window so much. And...
Onyx Storm.
Onyx Storm.
Hello?
Yeah, that's couple.
I haven't even read Fourth Wing yet.
Here's the thing. I'm already thinking, like, that's literally coming in, like, a week and a half.
Right. You're like, I'm already reading it. It's not even 2025 yet.
Yeah, that one's good. I'm excited about that one. My guilty pleasure. And,
Oh, probably whenever Sarah J. Maas releases the next ACOTAR book.
Is that going to be this year?
They said, like, late this year or early next year. So maybe if she releases it this year, that might be...
That's really dependent on how Silver Flames
turns out. Oh, how this ends.
Yeah.
But everyone loves it, so I think it's going to end fine. Oh.
I feel like people love it for... You either love it for...
The wrong reasons.
Yeah. Whose question?
You be saying all the questions.
Go ahead, you go. I have my next question.
I'm going to say it.
You got it? You know
what book underwhelmed you the most? What underwhelmed me?
I know mine. Mine is easy.
Underwhelmed you? What underwhelmed you?
What book do you think underwhelmed me?
Babel?
That didn't underwhelm me.
Never mind. Cut the tape. All the Babel lovers are coming for you.
That's a cool second.
Wait, what's first?
The Serpents and the Wings of Night.
Oh.
That's the most underwhelming book I read.
Oh, that's crazy.
Dude, everyone's like 5-star.
I was so excited to read. This always happens. I'm so excited to read a book. She picks up, it's garbage. 1 star.
Garbage. I gave it, what did I give it? 2.75.
That's garbo! Every time. You know, what is it? Powerless. She was like, yeah, it's alright. I was so excited to read that. Then Babel, mid. And then what else did you read that was...
The Serpents of the Winter Night.
The Serpents of the Winter Night.
I think a 4.5.
I was so excited to read it. Didn't even know it's about vampires. Hey, I'm not a big vampire person. But she reads it, barely could finish.
Because, okay.
Immortal Dark.
I haven't finished it.
Are you going to finish it?
I don't know. I recently cleaned out my bookshelf and I pulled out some books to donate and I looked at it and I was like...
Oh, did Fear of the Flames disappoint you too?
That's another one. Yeah, I forgot about that one. No, I forgot about that one.
I'm just thinking about all the recent...
No, because that was literally through my drought season.
Emily Wilde. This is exactly what I need. Hey, I'm not... No. I need to read it.
It's a 4.3 star rating on Goodreads. I literally... Because Goodreads is on the points of...
2.
It's literally 2 stars.
Where?
There.
My rating, 2. Damn.
I don't think I even wrote anything for my review. I literally just said 2. So no, listen. Because I hate when books try to be, like, extremely... When they try to be really unique, or they try to, like... They're written in a way that...
Reinventing the wheel that is already invented.
Like, why are we trying to do so much? You know? That's, like, my issue with Powerless. Like, Powerless tries to, like, market itself as this like brand new thing, and it's just like a mix match of a bunch of different...
Hey, why am I reading The Hunger Games, but like Walmart edition?
Yeah, like it's like all that. And The Serpent in the Winter Night, like the prose is written like it's supposed to be this like beautiful, astounding like thing going on, and I'm like, but I have so many questions about the actual like setup of this world. The
I just hit so many plot holes. What's going on with that?
I'm confused. I don't understand. Why is this 400 and something pages?
Oh my god.
And it just made me so upset because everyone loves that book. Like at least Babel, I think, is more mixed. No, but like the rating on Babel is more mixed.
Yeah.
That everyone is like, Serpents and Winter Night is the greatest romantic book ever. I'm like 2.
Wah wah.
Yeah. And Immortal Dark, I feel like also it falls in that boat. She writes like she's trying to be like really astounding and like
girly pop,
dramatic, and I'm like, okay. Your turn. Sorry.
Your turn. I've spoken. Okay. It's the one that disappointed me the most, or
underwhelmed you.
Underwhelmed me. A Court of Frost and Starlight.
I forgot about that one too. Why do I forget about all my
I don't need to explain.
I literally apparently forget about every single 2-star rating book I read.
That one underwhelmed me. Also, hey, this year was the year of audiobooks and Frida McFadden for me, so...
Oh, yeah, you read like one really good one, and then everyone after that was like...
After that. Hey, The Teacher by Frida McFadden, 3-star. Trigger warning. Check the trigger warnings, please. Please. It is messed up. Frida, what are you doing? You're weird. But I'm not saying I enjoyed it, because that would be weird. I'll tell you off camera what's it about, what's going on in the book. But, it was like my first Frida McFadden book, and I was like, huh? But that one was okay. The Inmate by Frida McFadden, 2-star. Underwhelming. Hey, If He Had Been With Me, why are these books so popular? If He Had Been With Me, ass. Sorry, I said it. It's bad. Trash. Please. You know that he dies in the beginning of the book. Why are we sad? Next.
Excuse me, spoiler warning.
It's literally
read any of her books.
It's literally in the beginning of the book. Hey, if you were gonna read it, I'm sorry, okay? Okay, Frida McFadden, The Coworker. It was actually kind of good, 3-star, kind of underwhelming ending. The Quiet Tenant had so much potential. The Quiet Tenant by, I don't know, Clemence Michigal. I don't even know how to say that name.
Oh yeah, you didn't like the ending of that one.
It was so good. 4-star all the way up to like the last...
Yeah.
Probably, because I listened to it on audiobook, probably the last like 30 minutes, super underwhelming.
Oh, there's another one on there that was really underwhelming for you that I'm surprised you finished. Next to Abby Jimenez. To the left of Abby Jimenez.
Ward D?
No.
This one?
To the left of Abby Jimenez.
Which one? I already said that one.
Oh,
if you had
did
been
you?
with me.
Sorry, that's my fault.
No, you're good.
My brain went back.
Yeah.
It went away. Funny story.
Oh. That is such a hot take.
It's okay.
I actually, you know what? Well, you know what? Because I actually went on Goodreads and I looked at the reviews. And I looked at the 2-star reviews, and everyone had the same opinion as me. And I was like, hello? Everyone had the same opinion as me. And I thought I was getting gaslit. Gaslit.
No, man, that's me with Babel.
Hey, I didn't think there was much going on. And I didn't like it. 2-star. Anyways, next one. Ward D. I think I gave it 3 stars. Kind of underwhelming ending. Yeah. I think that's kind of just Frida McFadden summed up. And then, actually, Never Lie by Frida McFadden. That was pretty good. I would recommend you read.
Isn't that the one you liked? What was the one you liked? Never
That
Lie?
one, and then that one. We'll talk.
Okay.
We'll talk later about the teacher.
Teacher, okay.
This one, that was actually really good. I was actually already spoiled. What's her name? Lexi
Nova, I think.
Lexi Nova. She actually reviewed Never Lie and her couple videos.
Recently.
Yeah, like I would say like 3 videos back from her most recent one. And I actually got spoiled through it, but then I still ended up listening to it, and it just, the entire story was just put together very well. And I think that's one of her older books.
I think so.
But I really enjoyed that one. Anyways. And then We Used to Live Here. It's like I think it's a debut, it's a horror novel. Underwhelming ending. I was confused. And do not recommend. I think I rated 3 stars. Yeah, I think that's it. And then First Light Wins was, again, like the same thing as The Quiet Tenant. Just absolute, it's setting up as a banger. And then I think after you figure out the big plot twist at the end.
But that's like the last 50 pages.
Yeah, it just got underwhelming. Like, it just didn't wrap up.
I don't agree with that statement.
Okay, that's okay. And that's why I docked a star.
I think I have a toxic relationship with Powerless, and you have a toxic relationship with Frida McFadden. I can't stop reading Powerless and finishing the trilogy, and you can't stop listening to Frida McFadden.
I can't. And you know I'm about to read The Ex-Boyfriend or whatever the hell she just put out. Because the narrator's so good. It's actually, the narrator actually carries. I think that's it. See.
Okay. Oh.
Before we move on.
Oh.
What is that book I read?
What book?
I don't even think it made it on my Instagram.
What book?
There was a book I read, physical. It's not on my last Instagram post. What the hell is it called? It's the one I read when I was
I'm listening.
Out at work for like 3 weeks. What was that book?
Oh, In 5 Years?
That book?
Is that what it's called?
No, she's in the donation pile. She's not on the good show.
That's the book that I was like, I want to read that book so bad.
I was gaslit.
And you read it before me, and you were like, garbage. And I said,
hey, if you're watching this, I'm gonna already, yeah, we're gonna get to the chase, and if you want to read it, hey, just skip ahead. If you don't care, okay, so the book is about this woman who literally is engaged to her husband, and it's such a mid relationship. She falls asleep. She sees this dream husband and this dream life and this and that and the other, and you're like, oh, it's gonna be like 7 Year Slip, where it's like, hey, I haven't read 7 Year Slip yet, but I assume it's the gist.
I think it's good.
And basically, she ends up, her friend, she gets pregnant. And the whole story ends up not even being about the main female character, and it ends up being about her friend and how her friend is dating this man who is the man in her dreams, and it doesn't even get resolved.
Bestie is fighting for her life.
No, it just pissed me off so bad. I didn't DNF it because I don't do that, but I was very close.
That's also partially my fault because I told you to just go ahead and finish it.
Yeah, because it was so small, but honestly, negative stars.
Did you even rate that? I don't think you rated it on Instagram.
It's not even on my Instagram
I don't think it's on your feed.
It didn't even make it. Anyways, I'm done.
Okay. I have one more. More thing to say.
Wait, we're not done yet. No, I just went on this whole rant. I just got immediately quiet after that. Sorry.
If you like In 5 Years,
something is okay. Sorry, I just went off.
Oh, what's the first book I'd recommend to anybody? I don't know if I have one. I feel like I don't have one because I feel like my reading tastes are not...
It's like very niche.
I feel like my opinions really don't line up with most of the books that people recommend.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, maybe like something easy like The 7-Year Slip I think is good. The Dead Romantic
I would say
is
like
good.
just for the summer if you're like, hey, you just want a romance book.
I feel like Emily Henry, I've only read Happy Place. I feel like that's probably a good book I'd recommend to someone. I would recommend Fourth Wing to people who are thinking about getting into fantasy because I feel like that's such a good one for just to dip their toes in.
Or ACOTAR.
Or ACOTAR. I think that's a good one I would still recommend. Even though she's not the love of my life, I would recommend that. I would not recommend The Cruel Prince to like...
That's a seasoned... I feel like
that's very specific for like certain people. Even Emily Wilde, I wouldn't because Emily Wilde is like... The way the prose is written, like the setting and everything, like that's not everyone's cup of tea, so I wouldn't recommend that. Yeah, I think that's it. It has to be something like real easy, you know?
Yeah. Because what I really like is, again, fantasy, subplot romance, and a lot of readers now like a lot of romantasy, which is fine. I'm on the same train. But
like we're on the same train, I'm just in a different caboose, a different car.
I'm in the caboose. No, I'm just in a different row, you know. I'm not in the VIP section. I'm in the economy.
Yeah. Low-key, I would probably recommend Powerless to people who are like getting into it because I think that if you're new to fantasy too, you would probably eat that up. It's just
like
for me it's not it's very
like baseline.
Yeah, it's like a baseline thing, so something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, which book plots have annoyed you the most?
Plots?
Yeah, so like a trope or like just like a plot twist, anything like what
that
annoys you the most?
Miscommunication trope.
Really?
I don't like miscommunication. It's like bruh.
I feel like it's good like if it's executed properly. I feel like there's some good miscommunication. If
it's like you're just obviously just being too stubborn and too in your own head, like the character.
Yeah.
It takes me out. I'm just like, bruh, you know y'all supposed to be end up together. Like,
I hate the pregnancy trope, Loki.
You hate?
I hate it.
I'm not a big fan either.
I hate it, like, right now in A Quarter Silver Flames, I hate how that is done. Like, how that trope is being used in the story.
Yeah. I would say, like, if the main character is pregnant and then, like, she has a very loving person.
Yeah, that's not an issue to me. It's, like, the way it's used sometimes.
Yeah.
If you've read the book, you know. If you're online, you probably also know because people yap about it all the time.
Literally.
I already knew about it before even reading the book.
When we were younger, a lot of the books were love triangles.
I don't mind the love triangle.
And now reading... I don't want to say, like, a lot of books now aren't, because ACOTAR was a love triangle in the beginning, and then... what's it called? Like Shatter Me's love triangle. I would say I'm not really interested in that anymore. That's not really like my...
It's not my favorite thing, but I don't get annoyed with it. Like, I like it in Lightlark.
Yeah. It's just because both characters are so good.
Yeah, I like it in Lightlark because both of them are good. Oh, are you going to read The Serpents and the Wings tonight? Are you going to give it a shot or are you not going to?
I think I was still. You could say it, though.
Okay, in The Serpents and the Wings of Night... I'm going to try to do it as vague as possible. In The Serpents and the Wings of Night, when they finish the competition, and... What the hell is his name? Rain does what he does to Homegirl. I can't remember her name either. The main girl.
Just not even interested.
That whole scenario, that whole scene with the goddess and her father, that plot twist, that pissed me off. That was like the final nail in the coffin for that book. That whole thing pissed me off. Where she is right now pisses me off for the second book. But
I'm looking at tropes now. I guess not tropes, but they're like, it's like genres or like devices used in books. But unresolved endings, not a fan of that. Like that, I guess book plot pisses me off.
Oh, like where you don't.
It's like, hi, I just spent 400 pages reading this, and now what?
Yeah, or where it kind of like does a very vague. That's true. It's vague enough that like you can make up your own mind about what happens, but then you're like, yeah. No.
Oh, one that I don't see often because we always follow like one book plot that I actually want to potentially find more of is because we always get the protagonist being like, oh, they're gonna do good and they're the betterment of whatever society they're in. I want to read a villain.
Yeah,
I'm sick of it. Hey, I said 2022 was my villain era whenever that meme got popular. No, I think I just am ready to read something so different because everything I've been reading now is so copy paste.
Everything is kind of the same, yeah, in a lot of popular books. Amryn plot point pissed me off in Aquawar. It did. She should be dead. Sorry, I said what I said. She should be dead.
No, she should. I was like, there's no sense of like.
There's no such a closure. I want closure. Not even that. A nice round arc, and you took the arc and you decided to continue it into a straight line.
It's not even that. There's just like no sense of consequences or no sense of like.
That pisses me off.
Yeah, because it's like, okay, so these people are just untouchable even though they could be killed.
Plot armor. It's not really a plot point, but that pisses me off.
That did piss me off. She should have died to make a greater impact in the story.
That made way more sense.
Yeah. So it's just a cheap.
Yeah, it was just I guess I'm a hater. I don't know what to say.
What's your favorite book villain?
King of Hybern. I think he's good. He's like a good classic villain, evil man who did not care. Yeah, he didn't care about anything. He said what he said. He did what he did, and that was it. Like, he was just a true cutout of what a villain is.
Yeah. I know we talked about this the other day, too, but we also brought up, like, Amarantha.
Amarantha
being a really good villain.
I will give Sarah J. Maas that. She does really good villains, I think. I think she does really good villains.
Who are we saying? I really liked, Nikasia's mom, the queen of the undersea.
She was good. Cruel Prince. She was good.
I liked her.
What are
and then we said in One Dark Window.
Oh, the Hoth brother in One Dark Window.
Rowan. Hoth
Rowan.
Rowan. Yeah, Hoth Rowan. Whatever. Yeah. The like prince. The first prince.
The first prince. The firstborn. I think he was good.
The heir.
Yeah, he was a good villain. I think.
Yeah.
What else did I read last year?
What did I read last year? Also, yeah, so if you haven't read The Quiet Tenant, I would say the man who is doing all the things to the main character, like
he's a good villain.
He was a bad guy.
Bad man.
Yeah, he was a bad man. Oh, The Coworker by Frida McFadden. Sorry.
Go back to Frida McFadden.
Frida McFadden, The Coworker. I'm not gonna say who it is because that's literally the main point of the plot. Spoiler. But the villain in The Coworker.
Is that the one that ends where she's like, she's scary, but I'm scarier? Which Frida McFadden book is that?
She overheard me listening to. Wait, was it that one?
I don't know. The last line is like, she may be scary, but I'm scarier, or something like that. I don't know.
Wait, I probably did, because that's when we got ready for the holiday party.
I think it was The Coworker.
And you came in, and I was like, wait, I just need to finish, 10 minutes of this. Don't worry about it. Don't even read it. You just spent, literally, you spent, 7 hours going through everything that's happened, and you're just like, okay.
That's how it ends.
Literally, it's like, okay. I would say, yeah, that woman was kind of psychotic.
That's all I know. That's the most I know about Frida McFadden.
Sorry. Never Lie by Frida McFadden. Also, the villain, I guess there was 2 villains. That was kind of crazy, the way that whole thing unfolded. You need to read this one. It was so good. And then We Used to Live Here, because you don't even know who the villain is, and you think everyone is a villain. And that one was kind of crazy, too. Anyways, next question. Oh my gosh, we're about to... Okay, one of the questions was, when did you join Bookstagram? But
my 1 year is coming up, and so is yours.
Yeah, we have the same 1 year.
We started on the same... I think we started the same...
I think we posted the same day.
Or something like that, yeah. I made it, and it was just blank. And then I told you, and you were like,
How dare you start without me? I thought we were besties. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's coming up.
Yeah. Happy 1 year.
I know.
Cheers.
Yay.
1 year on Bookstagram, but not on BookTube, but...
Not on BookTube. No, that's like...
In the book community.
Oh, how do you decide which book you're going to read next? Blindly.
Literally.
Actually, I told you this year, I have a shelf on my bookshelf. I reorganized it, and it has like all the books I definitely want to read like first in 2025. So we're just gonna go in blindly. 10 books on that shelf.
Mhm.
Yeah, pick blindly by the mood, I guess.
Yeah. I would say, well, I used to have that shelf on my other on my other bookshelf, but now I got this one. So this one's like solely my fantasy, dystopian, etc., while the other one is just contemporary and romance and thrillers. But when I was reading Lightlark, I was telling you, I did not want to read Lightlark, and that's when I figured out I'm a mood reader. But honestly, whatever I'm feeling, so if I'm in a slump, like I know like reading a romance or listening to a romance or a thriller will get me out of it, but I kind of just, whatever the vibe is, or I have some like rough outline of goals that I want to read for the year, like how we said, like Dawn of Glass and that stuff, but it's honestly, I'm like, oh, I see this one going around, let's give it a try, and if it's butt, then I stop listening to it, and then I just pick up something else, but that's usually
That's something I'm trying to do more.
Not really an answer, but
that's something I'm trying to do more this year, because I think last year, like, part of the reading slump were, like, I had books that I wanted to read because they were like, oh, this is, like, perfect for the season that I'm in, and everyone online is, like, talking about these perfect books for the summer, and these perfect books
and then you're,
for,
like, seeing everyone curate their TBR, and you're, like...
the pictures, and it's like, oh, like, I want to do that, I want to be part of that, and then it's like, I actually really don't want to read this book right now.
I just want to read my little fairy smut book.
Yeah. And then I don't read anything, so I think, like, this year I'm just trying to not
just
do that.
chillax.
Let's just chill. This is a fun thing. I'm just a girl. Like, that's literally how I am.
I'm literally just one girl. Okay, so how do you decide your book ratings? Deep subject.
My book ratings? I feel like,
question.
Okay, I tried so hard when I first got into Bookstagram to have, like...
a structure.
And then as I started going, I still kind of have a structure. Like, if the characters have depth, you're automatically at least a 4-star. If the plot is compelling and hard to predict and it's not super basic, you're starting to reach the 4.5 to 5-star mark. If you don't have that, you're
teetering a 3 or 2,
honestly. Yeah, in terms of like thrillers, you need to be keeping me on my toes the whole time. I better not have any inkling about who the killer is, about what's going on.
I better be so wrong.
I better be so confused. Like, that is a 5-star. Otherwise, sorry, you're below, mid, immediate. I don't think I can even rate thrillers like 4 stars, like immediately a mid book.
It's so hard to rate thrillers high.
But then, like, when I was doing my wrap-up and I was looking at certain books, I was like, I definitely, now that I'm thinking, you know, hindsight 2020 or whatever, like... Happy Place. Why the hell did I give Happy Place a 4.5? What was my justification for knocking off a 0.5 star? Don't even know.
Just because you were like reading.
Apparently in the mood that I was in at that moment, it was like 4.5.
Hey, I'm reading all these intense like fantasy books that are just so much plot and lore, and then I read a contemporary romance and I'm like 2.
literally, like it's like with Separate Wings of the Night. I think if I had read Separate Wings of the Night, like, right around when I was reading Fourth Wing, it probably would have been a 5-star. But because of when I read it, it was like a 2.
After you've read so much better.
Yeah. So, all I have to say is a lot of vibes, I think, at this point. I don't think I have as much of a structure anymore as I tried to be. I tried so hard to be like a book editor. You know?
I don't know how those people are like, oh, they have like rubrics.
I even try, like, the thought of trying to make a rubric.
It's like, just exhausting.
What makes a 5 versus a 4, you know? Like, how different can I make these two? There's not much.
It's like, you just have to be perfect, and I'm sorry.
I'm a simple person. Like,
you just have to have no flaws, and then I give you 5 stars.
It needs to be a great book. Is that so hard to ask? Like,
just do that. I would say, no, mine's actually the same. Like, for example, not to get... You know, not to rage quit again, but what the hell is that book called? It pissed me off so much, I'm like blacking out. in 5 years. Hey, if I almost DNF it, immediate 1 star because Goodreads I cannot rate a 0 star. But like that book, I rated it 2 stars because I finished it and I didn't DNF it. 1 star for me, DNF. 2 star, hey, you were like, I did not enjoy you at all. 3 stars, like, oh, I enjoyed it. It's pretty good, but like, there's a lot of plot holes, and like, it's not really cooking.
I think
4, we're cooking. Okay,
that's true. Because I do my tier list, right? And in my tier lists, like, the top of the tier is these are books that I love. These are books I consider rereading. So that would be like
5-star banger.
5 stars. Anything below that is like I liked it, but I'm just not obsessed with it. So that's like the 4 stars. That's probably even teetering like the 3.75s, 3.5, and then the mid one is like mid. People really like this a lot. It was okay, just not for like I could tell this is something just not for me. And then the bottom tier, like that's probably your 2s and 1s where it's like I either really didn't like this book or I DNF'd the book. So I guess that's not really a star rating, but that's like how I categorize it.
Yeah. Honestly, it's just pure vibes. So like for me, like what is a fantasy 4 is
not the same as
not
like
as a romance
or
4.
a thriller. Like I can't rate them all on the same kind of rubric.
Spectrum. Yeah, that's how I do, because like 5, like for me is just like I'm absolutely like Cruel Prince, like absolutely obsessed with this book. There's nothing wrong with it.
Nothing I would change.
There are not plot holes any to my knowledge, and
nothing crazy that like deters me from the book.
Yeah.
What's the quickest you've ever read a book, and what book was it? I got mine easy because it was recent.
I don't know what I read quickly. I would say A Court of Silver Flames I've been reading very quickly. Like if I actually
like count the days,
Yeah, obviously I was traveling a lot for the holidays, but I probably spent like 5 to 6 days reading it, and I'm like almost done. But it's because, you know, like sitting out for like an hour or 2 and reading it.
Yeah, it's not like
or for
long
3 hours,
stretches,
whatever. Yeah, it's not like super long, but I would say like as a whole, and the just absolute girth on the book, like
girth.
Let me not say that.
Girth.
The absolute.
No,
just
say
like,
it. I mean, it relates to the book.
Right. Oh, ma'am. Not on my Christian podcast. But I would say like that book in respective to how big that how big that book is, I would say that one's pretty.
It's like 780 pages or whatever, right?
Yeah, it's huge. It's the biggest book I ever read.
I think it's gonna be mine too, the biggest one.
Yeah.
Mine is definitely Emma Wilde's Encyclopedia Fairy. I read that, I kid you not, in like
shocked.
3 days. Hey! I was shocked I read it that quick. I read it literally in 3 days. You actually
did read it quick. I remember you were like, I'm done. I remember you were like, I have 50 pages left. The next Snapchat was, I've just finished. Now what else do I do on my Tuesday night?
I literally read it. I kid you not, I think I started it on like a Saturday. Read it Saturday, read Sunday, and then I was done with it, I think like Tuesday, because I didn't read on Monday. And it was something like that. And Jeremy was like, what the hell?
I remember you said like, Jeremy was like, huh?
He was like, even he was like, how the hell did you read that fast? I was like,
what we read in the summer, or what I read in the summer when we went to the beach, that thriller book, You Shouldn't Have Come Here. I read that so quick.
You read that
literally, that was like 2 or 3 sittings, and probably like, I don't know, it was like crack.
You read that quick,
It was really good.
I read, Fourth Wing, I read really quick too.
I hope I read it quick.
Fourth Wing I read also in like, I kid you not, maybe 3 days.
Damn.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I remember when you first read it, there was like you were updating me on like how far you were, and there was like a big chunk.
Like there was one day I read like, I think 4 hours straight.
Oh my gosh.
There was something in Fourth Wing that, let me see if I can find like the dates I read it. Which Goodreads doesn't really, it's not like Fable where you can like actually see how many
like
days.
What you read each day.
I read it in 4 days according to Goodreads.
Oh wow. Actually, why don't I just search on my Goodreads what I actually read really quick?
And I think even Iron Flame I also read in 4 days. Even though I like didn't like it, I was able to. I read both of those books in like a week.
Any audiobook I listen to, I annihilate it.
I feel like those can't be a part of this discussion because I put that on during my work day.
And I just zoom through
it.
And
I just zoom it, and it's on like. You know.
I'll say probably the quickest audiobook I was reading. I don't know. I usually finish them in like 3 days, or the Jeanette McCurdy.
You read that one? Or
what is it? My Mom Died or something?
Yeah, when my mom died or
whatever it is. I think that was my first audiobook I really enjoyed. Or like, yeah. Because I wasn't a big audiobook fan, and then after that I was absolutely hooked.
I'll talk to you later.
Maybe we just leave this in. Bye.
Bye bye. And that's it. Cut the video. There we go.
Yeah, cut it.